And good evening, everybody. Here we are for the reveal number 383. This is a 1942D roll. I have checked it very briefly for basic condition, and it looks nice on the inside. This will be our feature roll for the week. Just for Brian Welty, in case you come back and want to hear the answer to your question, how do I get a hold of all these old rolls? Not exactly sure. I just have a number of people who call me about them, and I end up purchasing what I can afford of them. And for the most part, I like being able to share the experience of going through the rolls with the audience here and be able to share the windfall of the finds in these rolls with the people who buy the spots in the rolls. There's Coin Junkie. Hello, Coin Junkie. How are you doing today? There's Farm Dog, Steven. I had this scheduled initially to begin at 7:30, and it's almost 8:30. I had to change the scheduling to 8:30 because the wife had a couple of errands for us to go run, and I can't tell her, well, I'm broadcasting. She said, you could broadcast anytime. Well, yeah, but I've already got it scheduled, so that doesn't seem to matter. But I am here, and we are ready to go. There's Aunt, there's Carl. So we've got a whole pile of viewers in here. Oh, there we go. For some reason, my viewer stream shows that I have 0 viewers, but the setup on the stream shows that I have 10. How about that? How's her hand and wrist doing? She doesn't have full motion. She doesn't like that. And she doesn't believe it is healing properly, but it is healing nonetheless, because it doesn't hurt her to move it now. It just, she gets reminded on a very regular basis that she had a broken pinky, and she doesn't like that, but... Hello, Robert Folk. So our 1942 D-roll. Let's go ahead and get started with it. We are a few minutes early, but we got plenty of people in here right now. And this is our 1942 D-roll. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and get the coins out. I've not poured these coins out yet. I got one stuck in the bottom of the tube. I hate it when that happens. I try to get it out. There is a coin stuck in the bottom of this H.E. Harris tube. They are like that. H.E. Harris tubes. This is why I don't like the H.E. Harris tubes. Coins like to get stuck in the bottom of them. There's not an easy way to get them out. There it is. Didn't do anything to the coin. I throw these tubes away because I don't like them. Coins get stuck in them, and they're not worth using. I appreciate that, Stephen. I will tell her that. Okay, here we go. Coin number 1. We'll go to Carl. Well, and Carl happens to be here right now to see coin number 1 come out of the roll. And what does he get? And we're looking for double die obverses, double die reverses, double dies. We're looking for doubling in trust. Pretty much anything you can get on a wheat cent for double dies and repunch mint marks. You'll be able to find them one way or another in 1942D. Pretty active year for finding die varieties. Doesn't happen to be anything on the first coin in the roll, but that is coin number 1. Hey, Tim. Oh, that's awesome. Very nice. You tell Mike we all said hello. Here's coin number 2 in the roll. Coin number 2 in the roll is for Ant2242. For those of you who have not been able to keep up, oh, looky there. There's a Bar L. Bar L double die on a 1942 D Lincoln cent. I would say that's probably kind of scarce. That's actually a very good find. And this one is for Ant. How about that? Goody, goody, goody. Nice little Bar L double die there. Let's check the reverse and see if we happen to have anything there as well. A couple of spots on the coin. Got a couple of carbon spots. It's not real bad. So we got some goodies there. Let's check coin number 3. So for those of you who have not been able to keep up lately in the chat, Tim Morell's brother lost his leg to diabetes and is recovering and will end up, like all of us would, or most of us anyway, with a pile of medical bills to pay. And Tim asked if we could help him out, so we did. And Tim, you can post a link to the GoFundMe if there happens to be anybody here who has not yet been able to give, who wants to. They'd be able to here in this particular broadcast if they want to. And here is coin number 4. This one's going to Mike Birchman. I will have to say that finding a Bar L double die on a 1942 D Lincoln cent is actually kind of a scarcity. Scarce little event there. These early war or pre-war BU rolls are becoming much, much more difficult to find. All right, Mike gets a normal coin, coin number 4. Now coin number 5. Coin number 5 comes up. Tim Morell. Ant says it may be a DDO number 4. There's another one. Shaboom! So we got 2 examples of the same double die in this roll. It did not follow up with a double die reverse, but we'll take a look anyway. Immediately following this roll, we'll be going back and doing a replacement roll for reveal number 374. It will be reveal number 384. And reveal number 384, this one is for Tim. It will be reveal number 384, but we are going to use the inserts I already had made for number 374. Nothing so far. Yeah, let's check the reverse. And this reverse is kind of looking like a really minor double die. It could be. It'd have to be really minor, though. See if I can pick up on it at all. In the upper right wheat. No, I'm not seeing anything really. I thought I was viewing the makeup of a double die, but I'm just not really seeing it. Let's see here. Get over to the left wheat and look at the top of the left wheat. Well, it is. Yep, it is a double dye. It's rather minor, but it is there. All of these little notches at the top of the wheat are representative of a secondary hubbing, and there's a separation line running down the middle of the outside wheat line. Inside the O. Oh, the doubling on the inside of the O of 1 is not on the same type as would be like here. That's what I was kind of looking at. I was looking at the dots, looking at the distinction of the dots there, and looking at kind of just what looks like a little bit of extra thickness, a ridge line of extra thickness going around some of the lettering. And then here on the right, it looked a little bit thick in this area. This looks a little thicker than it should be. But you definitely have some separation over here on the left side. You can see that separation here on the left side. Next time I pick up another coin, I'll show you that area up close, and you can see what I'm talking about here. You can see all that separation right there. You won't be able to see that on a normal reverse. It's not going to make itself, well, plainly obvious to you that it is a double die anyway, but let me get this at the right zoom, then I'll knock the focus into whack. Then we'll knock the lighting down. Now you can see a little bit better. You've got doubling here, doubling there, and you've got doubling running all the way around the outside edge of the left wheat. You've got a little bit of doubling up here on the very top of the E. Your dot is not a round, rather an egg shape. So it's definitely a double die reverse. Let's take a look at the mint mark positioning information for us so that we can figure out that we've got this on another coin. Let's take a check around and see what we can see with regard to any markers that might show on subsequent coins. I'm seeing what looks like horizontal die scratch between the 1 and the 9, and another one between the 4 and the 2 right here. Another one down here below the 9, and a couple of dots at the base of the 9. Those might actually be good enough for us to be able to use for a marker peak on later coins. So there it is for penny hoarder. That is a minor double die reverse. And Donnie Wayne comes up next. And for Donnie, what do we have? Okay, nothing on the obverse. Let's check the reverse real quick. And you can see here, if I show you this coin, it is a normal coin. And you can see that there is a distinct lack of that separation in the upper wheat. Those lines that were separating the center of these going all the way up to here, they're just not there. And your dot is more of a round circle, and the E is not elongated going toward the rim. And Carl was correct that you need to be watching this area right in here of the O. There are two different double dies known that have doubling inside the O of 1. Back this back out where we can actually pay attention to what's going on rather than looking at the molecular structure of the surface of the coin. We need to be looking at the design itself. And I show nothing on the reverse of this one, so this one is going to go on in to holder number 7. Now coin number 8, Just Minter. Oh, got a little bit of a circle of death. This was at the end of a packed roll at one time. And I'm showing nothing of special attention on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse. And this one kind of at first appeared to be a double die because that E looks extra thick at the bottom half. But the thing with this coin is that it has a little bit of a weak strike. That's what all that modeling is. Up and to the left of the O of 1 and into the EPLU of E pluribus unum. And a weak strike can cause the letters to appear a little thicker than they actually are, and that's because all of the letters have a beveled appearance. And that beveling, they sit like a trapezoid. Trapezoid's that shape that the elephant stands on in the circus. You imagine a round base that has a larger bottom than top. If you're looking at it from the top, it looks the circumference of the top. But if you shave it partway down, that circumference gets larger and larger and larger as you shave it downward, because the circumference of the bottom is larger than the circumference of the top. So if you shrink it downward going straight down, if you're looking at it from above, it's going to look like it's growing. It's going to look like it's getting bigger. And that's what happens when you have a weaker strike on lettering on a coin that is bevel shaped, because the base of that bevel is actually wider than the ridge line or the top part of the letter. The ridge line is always going to be the thinnest part of your lettering. Here's when it turned a little brown on us. And no dye variety. Coin number 11 for Eric. There's Tim's GoFundMe for his brother. If you have an extra $1 that you can give to Tim's brother to help him with his medical bills, it would be very appreciated. We've been able to give over $300 so far. Done a pretty good job of helping support our brother's brother. Nothing on this one. This is for Eric. Evening Coin Dragon. We have found a nice bar L double die obverse in this roll so far. We have not yet found, well, we did find a double die reverse. We've not yet found any RPMs that I'm aware of that I can remember. I don't think we have. We found 2 double die obverses and a double die reverse, and that's all we found in the 12 coins we've looked at so far. Here's one for Mike. As this, I'm just dumb enough about college sports not to really know exactly what you're talking about, Carl. I'm wondering, are we talking about men's basketball or ladies basketball with the Kansas comment? I'm really unsure because I'm not a college ball fan. I think this could be one of our double die reverses again. I'm looking to find out. Yes, it is. It is. There's our die scratch between the 4 and the 2 right there. It's a little sloppy, but it'll do in a pinch. Has that minor double die reverse that we've been looking for. The men's basketball. Okay. Hello, Wanda. The men's basketball. So that means Kansas will be playing either Duke or North Carolina. Correct? And nothing going on this one. This one's a little rough looking. I hope the rest of the roll doesn't come out this rough. Parvis. These coins, all of them do look relatively nice. Without magnification, they look pretty nice. You hit them way up close like this, and you're going to see all kinds of little flaws that you're not going to notice otherwise. Okay. So I'm not that far off. But I only happen to know that Duke is facing UNC today, the Tar Heels, because I live local to both of those colleges. In fact, those two colleges are only about 30 to 40 miles apart from each other. This is going to have the double die reverse. You can see once again, you can see that die scratch between the 4 and the 2, connecting the center of the 4 and the 2. See if we can find another good marker to use. There is a die gouge up by the rim above the STF Trust, but it's not a very good one. Not very good for marker indication anyway. This one appears that it's going to be one of the double die reverses. Let's take a look and see. And it is. See that extra thickness along the outer edge of the left wheat. You've got the egg-shaped dot next to the E. Everything's just a little thicker than it should be, including those U's in Unum. A little bit of experience looking at them may be required to be able to pick something like that up. Here's one for Yo Man. Ended up with a Browning toner here. Nothing on the reverse. Good evening, Dennis. Here's one for Paul Hampton. Paul? Nifty little 42D here, but we're going to have to look and see if we can find anything other than an RPM, because this one is not an RPM. It's also not the bar L. It's not the double die reverse we've been looking for. But that doesn't mean it isn't one until we look. Lots of color on this coin. Lots of nifty little colors. Pearline, sort of. Now, coin number 19. Coin number 19 for Mr. Reese. And no RPM. And nothing on the obverse. And we have nothing on the reverse either. You have been missing a lot, Wanda. We want you back. We like it when you hang out with us. And this one's not one of the double dies we are familiar with looking for on the reverse. We'll see if it happens to be anything on the reverse, and this one does not. You'll be back soon, you promise? Well, we miss you around here. Steven, you fucking see some spots on this one. This one looks like it's going to be one of the double die reverses we've been looking at. And it is. See, if I turn it this way right here, you can see that separation in the center of each of the different lines on the wheat. You can see it right there. You can see it right here, and then right here. And with this one, it runs all the way down this side. Nice little double die reverse. So that's another one of those for Stephen. Coin number 21, I'm sorry. Coin number 16 is the one that went on top of. So 16 was the last one we found. Now we've got coin number 21. Also exhibiting the same die variety. Just a little bit out of focus here. Put us back in focus. Nothing going on there. Oh, I hate tax time. I have a little system set up with all my stuff that allows me to poke through all my numbers a little more easily than maybe some other people could, but I can tell you there's a very lot of manual labor in the process, and I'm just not very receptive to the idea of doing a lot of manual labor to find out how much money I owe the government, you know? There's another one of our double dies right there. You can also tell this particular double die because there are some concentric die scratches running right through this area. And there are a couple of die scratches that connect the lower E with the dot. I've been kind of watching that too to see that we've got the same die. And this is another one of the double die reverses. This one's for Parviz. That's going to be a good thing because, well, he's a new participant, and I like to be able to impress our new participants with a, see, you made a great decision. I'm just trying to get this stupid thing focused. You have to stay in focus for us. Don't see anything here. Nothing going on there. Now number 25, Malcolm. Wanda, have you come out of the house yet? I know that you've had an issue with the whole pandemic. Wondering if maybe you've been able to get the shots or whatever necessary to allow you to come out and be with the rest of everyone. Also wondering if there's any chance that you might be showing up at the Dalton Coin Show up in Dalton, Georgia, here this coming weekend. I'll be there on Saturday. There's one for Farm Dog. Nice long die crack. All the way across the vest. All the way across the jacket and the vest on the bottom. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else on here. The dog is downstairs going nuts because we got him one of those hard plastic balls that it's a larger ball. It's about the size of a small soccer ball. And it's hard plastic. They make them for horses, so horses can kick ball. And this dog is enamored with this ball to a point where he is totally obsessed with it 24 hours a day. He's been getting up in the middle of the night to go see if his ball is still there because he doesn't want it to get away from him. And as soon as we pick it up to take it outside and let him play with it, he darn near goes into an overheated state. You take him outside and he'll chase that ball. He'll run and hit that ball with his face, and he keeps chasing after it and keeps chasing after it. And it's actually kind of amusing. There's one for Doug Reese. But at the same time, he is also about wearing himself out. He's getting good exercise, though. I can tell you that much for sure. No double die here. A few more spots. Takes a long time to paint a house that hasn't been painted in 30 years. Well, I can imagine that's the case. All that paint you have to remove. Hey, look at that. We've got a little lamination peel thing going on here. It's got a little flake of surface peeled back right behind the ear. And I don't think this one's the double dye reverse, but it could be. No, not the double dye reverse we've been looking at. And nothing else doubled either. Most certainly, Wanda. I'll be there most of the day on Saturday. Doing the show on Saturday and probably eating somewhere in Dalton Saturday evening. Maybe Saturday after the show. Then we're traveling over to Dahlonega. And in Dahlonega, we are going to be doing some gold panning on Sunday. Sunday. Now, what do you mean by struck on a planchet that had previously laminated? You talk about a split planchet struck after the split? That is a very possible thing. It does happen. And nothing on the obverse there. Nothing on the reverse. This one's got nice amount of toning on the reverse. That's Taco John, coin number 31. Moving on to number 32. Here's one for Ant. Ant, the obverse of your coin looks nice. The reverse doesn't look so great. It's not one of the double dye reverses we've been looking at. Yeah, this is kind of icky, Ant. Alright, well, this one's a zebra coin. We are going to give Ant... Let's see if I can find my sheet. There it is. Here's my sheet. This is reveal number 383. And coin number 32. And you're going to get credit for this one to move into a different invoice. Not a pretty coin. Sorry about that, sir. But you're getting it for free. Larry does need a spanking. All right, now this one's for Steven. This one's just as bad. This one's going to get a free pass as well. Now see, on this one, the reverse is real clean. The obverse is the ugly part. So Steven, coin number 33, you're going to get the same thing. All right, here we go. Coin number 34 now. Donnie Wayne. See what Donnie Wayne gets. Well, it's going to be one of our double dye reverses. You can see that die scratch going from the top of the crosslet of the 4 to the center of the 2 right here. That die scratch right there, and then there's another die scratch right here. Those are indicative of that double dye reverse. We flip this over, we'll see the separation in the left wheat that we've been looking at. There it is. You got your separation in the upper left wheat. You can see the separation lines here. And then you can see this is a little thick, and there's some separation at the top of the E, and then you have the egg-shaped dot. And then here you have some concentric die scratches. Concentric meaning following the shape of the outer edge of the coin, being a circle. So that's what we got for that. So that's another one of our double die reverses. This is going to be, I think, 6 or 7 of these now. Mike? Mike. But today's Saturday. It's not hump day. Nothing for Mike there. Normal 1942 D Lincoln cent. Here's one for Yo Man. Yo Man. We've shifted almost all attention away from the mint mark in this roll, primarily because, well, we haven't found anything on the mint mark in this roll. Looks like we're probably going to be getting to the next roll right around 15 minutes after the hour. If anybody needs to go for now and wants to be there for the 1947 S roll coming up, be here right around 15 minutes after the next hour. Here's one for Carl. You have to go into the channel and look for the correct broadcast, which in this particular case will be reveal number 384 for a 1947 S Lincoln cent roll. This one has that die scratch between the 4-2 that we've been looking for, so this is going to be one of the double die reverses. So we take a look around here. We don't really see anything all that special on the obverse except the marker that tells us that we do have the double die reverse, and that's what this is. It's one of the double die reverses. No bad marks on there. No doubling on the obverse, Otis. The doubling is on the reverse. I'll show it in a little more detail next time I grab one of them. Looks like this roll is loaded full of them. This is not one of them. This one's a later die state. This is not the die you're looking for. This is normal. Penny Hoarder. Well, Penny Hoarder gets a coin that's got a lot of color on it. But I don't believe we're going to run into a double die here. It did not happen. I'm always cheering for others, Wanda. It's fun. I like looking through the rolls, even though I'm not going to end up with any of the coins. I share the excitement of the find. That's how it works for me. Another normal coin there. That one's for Tim. Let's go on to coin number 41 now. Coin number 41 for Mr. Reese. Kind of missing out on my cute little double die obverse with the bar L. We've only found 2 of them, and they were both within the first 5 coins of the roll. Perhaps it might have been a piece of another roll stuck on top of these, but it appears as though I've been finding the same dies pretty much all the way through the roll, so it doesn't look like 2 partial rolls stuck together. So you'd think we'd find another one here eventually. You would think, right? This is a double die reverse. Double die reverse. Okay, here we go. You can see it rather clearly on this coin, Otis. You see these separation lines right here? This is where the two different images of the wheat kind of come together. And then your E is a little bit extra thick, and your dot here is not round. It is egg-shaped. And that is all indicators that you have a minor double die. See how much thicker the bottom of the U's are than the sides? They should be the same thickness all the way through. Now on this side of the wheat, it just shows some extra thickness on those outside edges of the wheat lines. But over here, you can definitely see that notching from pretty much any angle, but this angle especially. Check number 15. I'll check number 15. What am I checking for, Jess? Did I miss one of the double dies? This is coin number 15 by request. Oh, I'm back to look at it again. It looks like it may be one of them. Nope. It's not. Different marker. Now this is a braided die doubling. This is basically what happens when the coins start to wear out. You can see that this doubling exists on both sides of the letters, all the way around the letters. Well, that's chipping. It's where the field is actually chipping away, and the pressure of the strike is actually causing that chipping to take on the shape of the letters. You can see that there's more of it going on around here, but it didn't really have any particular direction to go. With the letters there, it does have a particular direction to go. But this one's a normal coin. No worries, Jesse. I would rather you see something and say something rather than people not say anything and us take the chance of missing something that's there. Here's coin number 43 now. Parvas. Yeah, the die crack across the lower part of the bust is pretty much a dead sign that we don't have the double die, because the double die does not show that. And turns out this coin is normal. This is coin number 43. So you just don't have those lines here that you had with the other coin that we looked at just a moment ago. This is machine doubling here. This is typical machine doubling. You can see how the doubling is flattened down. Looks like it was smashed. That's because it was. It's a good way and a good place to learn, Jesse. That's for sure. Coin number 44. DN. Not seeing anything on the obverse, and nothing on the reverse either. And that's a coin for Deanne. Now number 45, Taco John. One here for Taco John. That's a piece of plastic laying on the coin. Alright, got a normal coin there for Taco John. We got 5 coins left in the roll. This will be the first of those 5 coins, and it will go to Paul Hampton. Looks like perhaps nothing going on here. So it turns out to be. Normal later die state. 1942 date Lincoln cent. Now we're going to move up to coin number 47. Number 47. This is number 47. Different die than those we've seen up to this point, I think. Let's check the reverse. And we have nothing on the reverse here. And that's for Eric. Number 48 now. 48 for DN. It's not one of the die varieties we've been finding. Nothing going on there. 2 coins left. First of those 2 is coin number 49 for Crispy. You think coin 46 is a DDR? I'll take another look at it. And nothing there. And nothing there. Get coin number 46 back out and take a look at it. This one was for Paul Hampton. Dennis says he thinks you have a double die reverse. No. Definitely not a double die reverse. Listen, just a normal coin. There's no doubling at all. You might see that there's this shadow doubling. Shadow doubling is all part of die wear. It has nothing to do with hub doubling. A double die. There's no doubling there. There's number 46 again. So we move on to coin number 50. That one goes to Malcolm. Malcolm gets the last coin in the roll. Dennis, in order for the dots to have doubling, there would have to be distension, and there is no distension. So the dots are not doubled. All of the lettering is of normal thickness in that area. For the dots to be doubled, the lettering would have to be thicker as well. Can't have one without the other. Normal, reverse, and there we go. So we have, I'm going to say roughly 41 coins, maybe 42 coins that are normal in this roll. There's that. And we have 2 of the Bar L double dies. It's coin number 2, coin number 5. And then for the double die reverse, we have numbers 42, 37, 34, 23, 21, 16, 13, and 6. What is that, 9? 8 of those. 8 of those and 2 of the other. That's 10 coins. That's 1/5 of the roll. Not bad. 1/5 of the roll turned out to be die varieties. Like it much, folks. I will see you in a few minutes on the other stream. It's going to be reveal number 384. That's going to be the redo of the 1947S roll from last week. I'll be there in just a few minutes. Get out and find the 384 reveal in the channel and go wait for me, and I'll be there in just a few. Thank you.